Conor McGregor, why is he fighting? Why the fuck is he still fighting? He's made his money. Fuck off. No one wants you here anymore. I'm joking. I love Conor McGregor. Why is he still fighting though? A recent news thing has come out today, saying that John Kavanaugh doesn't really see the same in Conor McGregor anymore. So he's gonna take some convincing if Conor wants him to train him. To be honest with you, John Kavanagh's a good coach and all, but it's not like he's like the best coach around. And Conor McGregor will never find a coach as good as him. But I do feel like Conor McGregor is a perfect match with John Kavanaugh because John Kavanagh's like a nice reserved guy, technician, and he's a jiu-jitsu coach, which for a striker you wouldn't think would be the best coach, but actually it is because if you're a striker, what a guy's going to try to do to you? Get you to the ground, jiu-jitsu the fuck out of you. It's good to have a jiu-jitsu coach around. Now, why is Conor McGregor still fighting? It's not for money. If it is for money, then he's got a fucking problem with spending because he's made, including his whiskey brand, I'd at least say he's made $250 million in his lifetime. Including the whiskey money. $250 million, I'd say. Because obviously the UFC paychecks weren't as big as boxing because, you know, the UFC is a fucking dirty, dirty company. But yeah, why is Conor McGregor fighting? It isn't for the money. When he was coming back for Khabib, I genuinely thought it was because he wanted to be the best again. And his ego has taken him back to fighting. Is that a good thing? It is a good thing. But when you're not doing it for money anymore, every guy's doing it for money in the game at the moment. No matter what they tell you, I want to be the best. I want to leave a legacy behind. You want to get paid so you can fuck more girls. Let's be real. Let's stop beating around the bush, trying to say that you want to make legacy, and you want to be the best, and you want to be remembered through the ages. You want to make money so you can fuck more attractive girls more often. That's the bottom line of all these fighters. Conor and the hunger, when you don't have the money to make the money because you need it to survive, that's what gets a lot of these guys to the top. Conor McGregor no longer has that need. If Conor McGregor wants to wake up and not train one day, he doesn't have to. You know what I mean? This isn't be all end all for him. If he loses this fight, he'll never be anything of himself. He's already made it. And I think there's a problem with these guys that rise so quick in the sport because it's over so quickly. And Conor McGregor did. He rose so quickly to the top. It almost becomes, well, that was easy. I must be the best in the world. Like, no one's going to beat me. Nate Diaz beats you. You know, it's a rough situation to be in if you're Conor because money is the motivator for a lot of these guys fighting. You don't see a lot of fighters from rich backgrounds other than Sage Northcutt, and he has had varied levels of success inside the octagon, so that kind of proves something there. He doesn't really have that hunger. He's got options elsewhere. I think that Conor came back for Khabib genuinely because he wanted to be back in the spotlight again, where it's all about him, and it's all about just him, all over. Because, say what you want, the one thing you notice about Conor, he loves the attention. He absolutely loves it. He's an attention whore, and I mean that in the best of ways. He's a bit of a diva. I mean that in the most respectful of ways. He wants to be in the spotlight. He wants everything to be about him. And when you fight Floyd Mayweather after a year off, and then don't fight for another year after that, like, there's not really much to talk about anymore. Oh, Conor McGregor's just bought a new car. That's a day's worth of attention. That's a 10-minute read worth of attention of a news article. You know, I just feel like he wants to be back in the spotlight, and he now, especially for ego's sake, he cannot lose his next fight. I think he's in the best mindset that you're going to see him for a while. Because if he loses this next fight, he completely tarnishes what he's done. And I know it sounds crazy to say because he's been a two-weight world champion. He's beat the best of the best. Beat Jose Aldo. Beat Chad Mendes. Beat fucking Max Holloway. Beat Dustin Poirier. I mean, Conor McGregor's wins get better over time. Beat Eddie Alvarez. Beat Nate Diaz the second time. Not that impressive, to be honest. Anyone can beat Nate. But I think he's in a great mindset right now. Because I think he's genuinely fighting. Because if he loses this fight, it's all over. No one wants to watch you fight anymore. You're not a winner. A big part of the McGregor sale is the fact that, yeah, he's talking shit. But another big part of it is He's the best fighter in the world at featherweight. Oh, this guy's the best. He's gonna beat the champ. Oh, this guy's the best at lightweight. Let's see him go against Khabib, the phony champ. That Conor's the best. The shit talking's a good part of his promotion. But I mean, you gotta kind of be the best fighter. Like, the belt is a lot of pay-per-view buyers. Like, if Conor McGregor's talking shit to fucking, let me think of a name off the top of my head. If Conor McGregor's talking shit to Bobby Green, and they're both fighting and they're both in the top 20 ranked guys, I guarantee you that does no pay-per-view sales. Everything's about you gotta be the best. If you're not the best, then you're nobody. And if you're not potentially the best, it's either you're the best or you have potential to become. And if you're not either of those things, no one cares. Unless you're a funny guy and you're just likable, no one cares about you otherwise. You know? And I think that Conor McGregor's next fight is going to be either against Max Holloway or Dustin Poirier. And I think he's going to be in the best mindset of all time. Because if he loses, this is over. Then that's just the horrible, horrible truth of UFC. If he loses this, no one cares. You can enjoy your life. Or try to. Because, hey, I've noticed I'm hoping this doesn't happen to me if I'm ever rich and famous. Which I'm, fingers crossed, knock on wood. A lot of rich people get very bored very quickly because they can do everything. And there's not really anything to do anymore. You know? Me getting a new pair of trainers is the equivalent of Conor McGregor getting a new Ferrari. It's all about perspective, you know? Certain things just... You can't buy happiness forever. And I think that his thrill in his life, and he knows this, is going to be in the UFC. And I think when he comes back, he's going to be sensational. Because he knows he has to win. If he loses to Khabib, oh well, wake up the biggest star in the UFC still. If he beats Khabib, healthy bonus. Proper 12 still on the canvas, I don't really mind about a win. I think now we're going to see a proper concentrated Conor. He's going to get figured out things with John Cavanaugh, Gunnar Nelson, Dylan Dennis standing right next to him during his training camp. Bring the guys in, bring in all the army, bring up the recruits, bring up the fucking reinforcements in Gunnar Nelson, call us to Iceland. I don't even know what language they speak there. And just fucking get Gunnar Nelson down into the camp, help you with your jiu-jitsu, because Gunnar Nelson showed the other day that his grappling is just bellissimo. See you later, guys. My eyes are so red, don't ask questions. Jesus. See you later.